What's going on? It's Coach Haas here. I want to give you some quick Monday motivation on this lovely Monday. If you're in New York, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're liking this weather. If you're not, give me a comment, subscribe. Love to hear from you. And also be subscribed on whatever platform you're in. Helps the platform know that this makes sense for you so more people can see it. So appreciate that. Anyway, quote of the day from Billie Jean King. Champions keep playing until they get it right. So this talks about the process of becoming a champion. So I want to talk about why most people that I've noticed, including myself, have felt like failures and how those belief systems, those faulty bullshit belief systems ultimately affect like you in whatever journey you're going forward to, whether it's weight loss, building businesses, whatever the case is. Just from my standpoint, I'm still building a business, so I'm not going to say that I'm super successful like businessman, but I will say that I'm pretty successful in getting people how to transform their lives and my own life in the fitness realm, and that's what I'm building a business around. So stay tuned for that. And I also want to talk to you about how we can all become a championship mindset athlete, even though we're maybe not be professional athletes, but how we can become more like just precise, more relentless, so we can get the goals, so you can get the goals you want. Sounds good? Give me a thumbs up. Number one, I'm going to talk to you openly about some of my failures. And I just want to say on a side note, I wish that my goal is that more people openly are vulnerable about like their past failures. Like, so if you're like really in good shape or built a successful business, I personally think it's beneficial for not only me, but for like many other people, that it took a very, the process you had to endure to getting there. The process that it took, like the late nights, the early mornings, the grinding, the sacrificing, the doing stuff when you didn't want to, because I believe that Instagram is like a very highlight reelish kind of thing, or YouTube, and we just see like the end product, and we think that you just did it one time and you just happen to have so much like luck and success. So, for example, going back to how my faulty belief systems impacted me, like on a fitness side, is I went to Stony Brook, as you guys know. And what I've noticed was like, Stony Brook praises high grades, rightfully so. The society does anyway. So like I was studying medicine and like science and all that stuff. And like when I was like at another school, I was like doing pretty well, had like high grades, like, had all this praise, and I felt good, to be honest. It was like, holy shit, this is awesome. If I'm being honest, this is incredible. I was getting, I got a shout out in UNCF. They said I was going to Harvard, which I never said. I was going to Harvard, never said that, but it sounded good. Two twin boys. He was going to law school, I was going to Harvard, and it was like, oh, they're 3.4 GPAs and they're doing so well. So the praise was at an all-time high. Just say it there. Got to Stony Brook, whole nother story. Got my got my first semester grades. Shit was crazy. It was a 1.92 or 1.93, basically academic pro B, which means if I didn't get that GPA up, I'm now getting thrown out. So just imagine how I'm like sky high now, feeling super successful in 2009, and then I get to Stony Brook, or 2008, sorry. Then I get to Stony Brook in 2009, and then all of a sudden, I'm on this academic probie. That was super low for me. Like, I felt like an extreme failure. And as a result, I just said, I really remember I was taking a chemistry exam. I was Chem 126. I was taking a chem exam. And I was at the point where I was so low that I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm not even studying for this exam. And I've never done that in my life. I was literally playing Madden and playing NBA, hanging out with my dog, going to an exam. Like, I studied 0 hours for this exam. I've never done that in my life. And of course, naturally, I failed it because I just didn't care anymore. I literally felt like that my grades made me, like, I was, whatever my grade point average was, as a human being, I felt that that was my, you can say, ID number, self-worth, whatever it was. I identified myself hard with those numbers, that GPA, which is crazy. And maybe some people can relate, especially in the pre-med field and pre-law or engineering field. Maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. So I was basically a failure. I felt like I was a failure. And I just saw that all the people who were successful were the people who were getting like dean's roles, like the dean list and all that stuff. So deep down inside, you can just imagine how that semester was hell for me. So basically, I did some things, I turned it around, but I had to let go of like this crazy GPA obsession. I had to understand that like waking up and establishing a study routine, getting extra help, not cramming like the night before. Like I had to improve my habits, but also improve like, yo, it's school, but you're going to try your best and you're just going to not give up, and you're going to graduate no matter what, no matter if it takes you 8 years, okay? You're just going to do that. And that's what, it didn't take me 8 years, it took me 5, but I was able to basically pull it together, enjoy the work that I was doing, and naturally it just progressed. I got tutors, all that stuff. But it was a lot of nights that I was like, yo, fuck this. This is crazy. I should just drop out. And these are the nights that like nobody, I finished my last semester had a 3.5. I brought it up that semester to a 3.5, so I was great. I was happy about that. But like, people don't talk about these long, tiring nights, these thoughts that that you are a failure right now, and that you probably won't make it. And if you remember Kanye West, he always talk about like, damn, is these dudes that much better than me? He was talking about having a breakdown. That's how I felt at Stony Brook. I'm like, damn, are these people so much smarter than me? Whatever. So I enjoyed the process, and I just, like the quote said, like what I'm gonna talk about later from Billie Jean, is like, yo, you just don't quit. Champions keep playing until they get it right. That's what I had to do. So I got it right. And going back to the health journey, a lot of clients that I've came across, a lot of people that I've just worked with or consulted with, they feel that they are a failure because of like maybe they've tried a weight loss journey before, or diet, or they didn't get a goal that they tried, that they aimed for in the past, like a New Year resolution, and it just didn't happen. They felt that everybody was better than them, that they're not getting their results, nothing's happening for them. That was me, basically, like, that was me when I felt like I was just flunking out. And then they just feel like they accepted it, like they just felt like this was their life, and it turned into self-sabotaging behavior, whether it's just like not just eating like crap, not sleeping, being stressed out. And some people just sit back and accept it, and those are the people I'm trying to reach. And it happens to the best of us, whether people admit it or not. So when people get in these diets that are super strict, super unrealistic for them, super boring, super unfeasible, that's usually the end results. And my whole point of saying that is, if you are one of those people who is so caught up on a scale, because I've worked with some clients, and you're just like, your skills, like your GPA, you're just like, yo, I have to be this number, or it's just my day is hell. Like if you step on the scale in the morning and your day is ruined because you're not at a certain weight, you have to I want to help you reframe some stuff. First, let's get educated. Let's educate yourselves about like why your weight could be spiking for ladies sometimes, and men. For ladies first, it could be like, the time of the month is going to boost the scale up. You could have just more water. Maybe you drank a little bit more water that day. Had a little something more salty. That doesn't really mean that you're failing. Just means that your body's just spiky. That's how weight loss goes. It's a rough day. It's just how your body, you can get back to it tomorrow. Everybody's different. So stay in there. For the dudes, the same thing. Maybe you had a little more water. Maybe you got some digestion issues, whatever the case is. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're much bigger than your number. You can always get back on track over time, and the weight will come down. So you're never that pound heavier, 2 pounds heavier. You're not a failure. You're not like a fat piece of, all that stuff. So get that out of your mind first. Secondly, let's make the process a little more like enjoyable. Like I was studying something that I just really wasn't that passionate about, and my grades reflected it. I wasn't excited, wasn't enthusiastic. For you, weight loss or health journey can be fun. Like if you're struggling with motivation, try group training. If you are struggling with just like enthusiasm, structure, hire a coach. Like there are people out there that you can work with that will keep you motivated, keep you accounted for, keep you like focused, and just support you is what it's about. So reach out, grab some help, like a tutor. That's the equivalent of a tutor. And then over time, you'll gain more confidence in yourself. You'll gain more confidence in the journey that you're embarking on, because now you have some clear direction. You have a clear path of action, and this is where the magic will happen. Just like, studying every night, making times where you're studying, making it a non-negotiable. This is what I'm trying to suggest for you. Then over time, you will get the results, but you can't fall into the trap of this is not working for me. I'm just a fat cow. Everybody gets this, always happens to me, whatever, blah, 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 blah. These thoughts don't help. So I hope that you can understand that it's a process. And if all these fit people who are totally honest about their weight loss goal, their weight loss journey, I should say, or their journey to get toned, which, get defined muscle, you would probably see a lot more rough days than you do like non-rough days. And since it's Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, nobody wants to seem vulnerable. Nobody wants to be that person crying in the gym because they have an emotional day. Nobody wants to say that they don't believe in themselves, that they just had a moment where they just feel defeated, and they don't want to reveal that, because to be honest, a lot of fit people have those, I can't do this, I'm done, I'm tired, this ain't working, it's only day 1 or day 10, I want to quit, give up, I want to go scrap this new healthy lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people do, but they just come back the next day and they just flip the switch. So that's that. So everybody has a tough journey, and that's what I want to embark on you. Now, the quote is, champions keep playing until they get it right. And I love this quote so much because in order for every champion that you've ever seen on any sport, one of my favorite champions of all time is Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was one of the, he was a absolute, first off, his talent was incredible. Once in a lifetime kind of thing, but he literally enjoyed his process so much of just the game of golf. He just generally loved. He loved winning too, but he loved practicing and he loved training for golf so much that I honestly believe that's why he was one of the best to ever do it. He was that enthusiastic about golf. If you go to Michael Jordan, he loved basketball. And if you know something about Michael, he kept playing until he get it right. He played Detroit one year, got roughed up. Like the bad boys, they put that man through it. He was rough. He was low, low light. He paid for it, right? And what his championship mindset literally said, okay, Mike, Detroit got us. We're out the playoffs. We're not going to win the chip this year. But you're going to get in the weight room and you're going to work hard. You're going to get better and you're going to improve your weaknesses, and you're not going to stop playing until you get it right. And he did. That's exactly what he did. So what I'm saying is he fell in love with that process too. If you're one of those people who are like, I need to get in shape, I need to get definition on my abs, on my stomach, on my arms, I want to get fast. I want to be a faster runner. I want to be around for my grandparent. I want to be a grandparent, run around my grandkids. Then listen, you got to have that championship mindset too. You're not just going to walk in the gym tomorrow and have 90 consecutive days that lead to months of consistency. That's not how it works, man. You're going to run into some Detroit Pistons that might knock you out too. You might get sore one day, too sore. You might have thoughts that tell you you're a loser, and you don't want to, and you just sit in the bed and go to the gym and don't go to the gym. You may have to deal with friends who want to stuff cake in your face and ice cream because they don't have the discipline with you, and you're just like, whatever, I'll just eat it. These are stuff like this deters people like you from getting to your goals. But you can learn how to rewire your mind to be a championship athlete like Jordan did, like Mike did, like Muhammad Ali did, like all these people did. And that's what I want to help you. When you understand that the mind is just going to control your actions because it is your self-belief system in this journey, then we're on to something. I can give you the best plan out there, the best fitness plan, the best nutrition plan, the best mobility plan, the best running plan, I can give you 4 phone calls a day. But if you don't understand inside that you're worth it, that you can do this, that there will be rough days, but you will just come back after setback to get the goals you want, then that's done in vain. And that's what I really want you to understand. This is what people are missing. You don't have to be Michael Jordan, but you can get that 30 pounds off for good and keep them off. You can get in those jeans. You can feel stronger, whatever the case is. Starts with your mindset. Starts with blocking the bullshit out and setting yourself up for success. And when you face failures, you have to understand, I am not a failure. I just had a learning experience. Every time Tiger lost a golf tournament, he didn't soak about it and say, I'm a loser. Everybody hates me. No, he went back and worked harder. And that's what I want you to do. Champions don't stop playing until they get it right. Remember that. Don't stop that weight loss journey until you find a diet that works for you. till you find some kind of workout plan that works for you. That's the most simplest way I can put it. Champions do not stop playing until they get it right. Billie Jean King said that, and that's the message I want to give to you. It's not going to be easy, but it'll be worth it. And all you have to do is learn how to embrace the adversity, embrace, embrace your self-worth, that you deserve it, and embrace the persistence. You can do this. This is a mentally challenging journey that a lot of people don't talk about. And just so you know that everybody's going to have unique differences in this journey. So you have to figure out a way on how to push through this on days where you want to stay in bed, on days you want to go to the pizza store around the corner from your office, and Snapples, and your whole office is eating Starbucks and freaking muffins and pizza and that good stuff, the soda. You have to figure out, listen, I'm not with the bullshit today. I'm going out. That's all. I'm going out to get something healthier because I'm a champion and I am not going to stop playing until I get it right. Peace.